Dre Baldwin, balloverseas.com, the overseas basketball blueprint. You do not have to play basketball for a living. This is another harsh ass reality of the professional basketball world. Everybody is not going to make it as a professional basketball player. There are not enough spots for everybody to make it. But I also want you to understand, not everybody has to play pro basketball. Basketball does not have to be your thing. Maybe you have been indoctrinated into believing basketball is your thing because everybody around you play ball, or maybe people in your family told you you need to make it to play ball. Maybe because you've been playing it your whole life, so now you have just got yourself into believing, hey, that's what I need to do. This is what I do. I'm a basketball player. I'm this and I'm that. And I understand the younger people are, the more they're thinking that, especially at the high school level. Everybody thinks they're a ball player. And then in college, it starts to trickle down. Then by the pro level, you only got a few who are remaining. But understand, you don't have to be a professional basketball player. All right, there are plenty of ways that you can make an impact on this world, a positive impact, not only on other people in the world, but also on yourself and on your family, and make a name for yourself. You don't have to be a pro ball player. You could be an Instagram or a YouTuber. You could write books. You could be a doctor. You can be the person who figures out the COVID-19, comes up with a solution to it. You could cure cancer. You could be a person who you could be a motivational speaker. You could become a comedian. You could design the next Tesla, the Tesla of computers, or the Tesla of phones, whatever it's going to be. You can do something other than play basketball, still have an impact, still be positive, still make as much money as you want to make, still be happy, still be successful, still be known. If being known and being famous is your thing, if it's making money is your thing, if having an impact is your thing, if taking care of yourself and your family is your thing, basketball is not the only way to do it. It is but one route of making it happen. And the reason why I'm putting this out is I remember when I was playing ball, I was probably like 15 years old and I wasn't doing anything. I hadn't had any success yet. And some of the older guys in my neighborhood were telling me once, like, yo, maybe basketball is not your thing. You ain't got to be a basketball player. Everybody ain't got to be a basketball player. They were trying to tell me that, and they were saying it in a positive way, but I guess they figured I wasn't that good to kind of make it. And I took their message in. I didn't say anything. I didn't get mad about it, but I said, okay, these guys just are underestimating me. And I used that as motivation to go do my thing. I kept playing, and I made it happen. But also understand that you might not be 15 right now. Right now, you might be 25, and you might have a kid to feed. You might have a wife to take care of, or just life things that you need to handle. And basketball's not popping off right now, and maybe it is time to hang it up. And I'm not telling you that you should. I'm just opening the door for you so that you understand that this is not the only way to be successful in life. If you end up not becoming a pro basketball player, it does not mean that you are a failure. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. Everybody who writes a book doesn't become a bestseller. Not every business lasts no more than 5 years. Most businesses don't. Most books don't become bestsellers. Most athletes do not become professionals at their sport. This is just the way to go. Most videos that get published on YouTube don't get seen 1,000 times or 100 times, maybe even some of them. This is just the way that the game goes. This is just what it is. So understand that you don't have to be a basketball player. It doesn't have to be the only thing that you pursue. You can take the experience of playing ball to whatever level you get to. Take that experience and take the value from that experience, and you can translate that into other areas of your life. You can transmute that energy and those principles and those experiences into other things that you do in life. That's exactly what I've done. Even though I did play professional basketball, that wasn't the end of my life. You still got another 40, 50 years you're going to live, God willing, when you're done playing professional basketball. So what other value do you have to the world besides you played overseas? Because as soon as you don't play anymore, people don't really care that much that you played. Like, it's cool that you played, but all right, what are you doing now? All right, you played overseas. You stopped playing overseas 5 years ago. What's my story? All right, what else you got going on? Oh, well, now I run a business. Now I've done TED Talks. Now I'm a professional speaker. Now I've written all these books. Now I have all this value that I offer people who don't even play sports. And these are all true stories about me. I'm not telling you that to impress you, but to impress upon you that you still need to figure out what else makes you somebody in this world besides the fact that you hoop. Besides the fact that you got game, besides the fact that you can dunk a basketball, make a three-pointer, you can shoot like Steph Curry or cross people like James Harden. There are other things that you can do in life, other ways to bring value to the world. And if you can't figure out what yours are, one day you're going to be a former basketball player, former high school, college, pro basketball player, whatever level you got to, and you're going to be a nobody because you're still talking about what you used to do. Nobody cares what you used to do. All people care about is what you're doing now. Where are you bringing value to the world right now? So whether you have a 10-year career overseas or a 0-year career overseas, you're still going to need to figure out what's next for you one way or another. And I'm just opening the door for you to let you know that if you're thinking about maybe not doing the basketball thing anymore, it's okay. It's okay. The game goes on. The game will go on with or without me or you, and you can go on with or without the game. All right. Do not let the game define you. You define the game, what it means for you, what it means in your life, and what value is going to bring you or what value is not bringing you. And if it's not bringing you the right type of value anymore, or maybe the value that you thought it would bring you, then it's completely okay to walk away in strength instead of, some people feel like quitting means weakness. No, sometimes in life you got to walk away. You ever left a relationship because that person just wasn't acting right? They weren't doing the right things. Were you a quitter for leaving that relationship? No, you were walking away in strength because you knew that wasn't right for you anymore. It's the same thing with basketball. Everybody, by the time you're 25, not everybody wants to hoop anymore. Some people don't want to play ball till they're 35 or 40, like Kobe or Michael Jordan. Some players want to play maybe a year after college, and after that, they're done. I met a guy who played D1, was all conference. He's 26. He said, I ain't playing basketball overseas no more. It wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I didn't like the team situation. I didn't like how they was late with the money. And I'm good. I don't want to play overseas no more. I'm going to get into doing these business things, and I'm good with basketball. 26, D1, all conference guy. And he's done with basketball. And that's all right. So if you're a D3, didn't make all conference, you didn't even play in college, you played at JUCO for a year, and you don't play ball anymore, it's okay. Do not let the game define you. All right, you define the game. I want to make sure I am emphasizing that really a lot here, because a lot of players tend to define themselves by the fact that they're a basketball player, especially at young ages. High school players and college players, I see this all the time. Don't let the game tell you who you are, okay? You tell the game what it is to you. And when it's time for you to walk away, you can walk away in strength. You can walk away with a strong character. You can walk away knowing that you made the decision that makes the most sense for you. It ain't about what everybody else thinks. It's not about what the fucking internet thinks. It's not about what your family thinks even. It's about what's the best for you, because you have to live this life, and you're the only one who has to live with it. When your life is done, you're the only one who has to look back and say, this is what I did on my opportunity here. Did you do what you wanted to do? Or did you do what you thought you had to do? And that's a big question. If you do not yet, anyway, for those of you who still want to play overseas, all that being said, this book right here is called The Overseas Basketball Blueprint. It's a 237-page book for anyone who wants to play ball overseas. You don't know where to begin. You don't know where to get started. I sell this book on Amazon for $30. You can get it on balloverseas.com for free. The book is free. Yes, free 99. All you do is cover a small shipping charge. You go to balloverseas.com. I'm going to tell you how to get started. You're going to learn about agents. You're going to learn about exposure camps. You'll learn about how the game works, the business side of it, the agent side, the team side, every side of the overseas basketball world from 1,000-foot overview. balloverseas.com will also offer you some options to get other books on agents, on exposure camps, and on the business side of the game. But if you just want one, you want all four, whatever you want, we got options. All right, and we'll lay it out very clearly for you. balloverseas.com. Work on your game. Dre, all